Hi guys, this is Alltechtrail. In this video I will show you the AX860i power supply unit by Corsair, and I will also provide just a direct comparison in terms of the size to the 860i by Corsair as well, but just in terms of the size of the box, nothing else. Okay, but no dirty thoughts. I don't want to do it tonight. I can do it, but I want to keep this video clean. Okay. um, but anyway, look. Um, a lot of people have said to me, like, this is straight off the bat. I want to make this very clear. A lot of people have said to me 1200 watts power supply unit for a computer these days is too much. Okay. I mean, you know, you'd be more than happy to have a 760i or an 860i. Okay. Like a lot of, like, 90% of my friends just went bananas knowing that I'm gonna use a 1200i. Like, why? Like, why not? It's like the main reason. I can simply say that, it's like the one of the main reason is I can. And but at the end of the day, like, you don't want to get a power supply unit that just meets the I guess the requirements without any buffer for your system. Okay. Just because if you want to go ahead with anything else, I don't want to name anything that you may put in your system later on, because there are gonna be a lot of people that say, yeah, but yes, that's not gonna draw that much power, or consume that much power, and whatever. Okay. I'm just providing you with my opinion on the reason that I purchased this, because at the end of the day, uh, it's not about how much wattage is in the power supply. The thing that really concerned me is also how efficient the power supply is. In this case, this power supply, the new AX series, is rated as 80 plus platinum, which means that it is very efficient, with a rating of 92% efficiency. I mean, that itself is just crazy. Okay. I mean, 5 or 6 years ago, it's unheard of. So I mean, efficiency is something that a lot of people are taking for granted when looking at a power supply, because it's the thing. There's no point of you uh, getting the best graphics card at the moment. I don't know, GTX 780, and get a bronze rated power supply. You don't want to do that. Okay. It's probably, you just have to be sensible. You don't want you don't want to be skimping on power supply, because it can fry your whole system. Okay. Now, the reason that I have the 860i and the 1200i is, I know, I know you can't sensibly use two power supplies in the one system anyway. Is because, well, the 860i is the build that I'm gonna build for a friend of mine. Okay. And I bought these together, but the one thing that I was really surprised about is the size of the box. Is just The difference is just crazy. I mean, like, the length. I mean, it's longer, it's wider. Again, no dirty comments here, but anyway, it's that much longer, that much wider, and it's just, like, I was lost for words when the salesman, gave me these two boxes, because, like, even even the difference in, I mean, I'll put this away. I mean, the difference in weight is 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 staggering. Okay, so, um, now the 1200i, 80 plus platinum. I mean, I'll show you around the box. I mean, this is quite nice with all the high end devices or accessories these days that, you there is this flappy thing, instead of the cellophane or the shrink wrap around the box. It's mainly, I don't know why, but I think buying something in a shrink wrap or a cellophane wrap is still, there's still that enigma, I think, for consumers that, oh, it's brand new. Okay, it's got nothing. No one has opened it because, look, one of the main reason was, I went to maybe 2-3 stores when buying this, but each time, I couldn't find a brand new one. Okay, there were two stores that had the AX1200i, but they were return items. I mean, knowing Corsair, there isn't anything wrong with those power supplies, because I have been using Corsair power supplies, and, unless you dunk it in water, or you spear your beer, coffee, tea, or even your, water cooling reservoir over it, it's not gonna break. Okay, it's built to last. It's built like a tank. So I don't know why. I don't understand why people would return power supplies. And because, like, for return items, if it's been refurbished, they will let you know. But if it's been returned because of some other reason, then it will just say it's returned. But anyway, look, I'll continue with this unboxing, because it is getting quite late and I'm getting really, really tired. But what's cool about this, I'm not sure whether you can see it or not, but, like, this is fairly smooth, like, and this part of, where it illustrates the power supply is glossy. Okay. But anyway, I'll open this right now. So, while I'm opening this box, I should say that, a lot of people may know that, with the AX Gold series that Corsair had before, it was made by Seasonic. Now, during the transition of manufacturing and funding, manufacturing and the design, Corsair, I don't know the reason why Seasonic couldn't meet Corsair's requirement, because Seasonic is quite big. Okay, and Corsair is one of, if not the biggest players in the industry. Why Seasonic couldn't, meet their Corsair's requirements, and where Corsair had to switch to another company, which is, Flextronic, in making the I series, the AX I series, whether it's 860i, 1200i, or the 760i's. Okay, because the I stands for digital, whereas the old AX, is basically analog power supplies. Okay, so now we have the thick manual, pretty much like a phone book, but I think it's, multilingual. No, it's all, yeah, multilingual. So yeah, whatever. Okay, so I mean, it's nice to have multilingual these days, just to meet the requirements. You've got this pamphlet. I don't know what it is, but anyway, the warranty guide, 7 years, guys, 7 years. Okay, now for a PC component, it's, that's unheard of again. I mean, Corsair is so confident about this product that if they put 7 years, look, it's worthwhile buying. 7 years, okay, 7 years. I've got to stress that 7 years. I mean, well, how long has Corsair been in the industry, and how long, like, look, I'm very confident that this unit will not break, okay, unless I drop it from a 10-story building or whatever. Now you got, if you don't already have enough, most of you have thousands of these at home, I believe. You get cable ties, the sticker powered by Corsair and everything else, as well as extra bolts. Now I'll take this off so I can put the box in the bottom here. Now I'll open this first. What I notice about this bag of cables is that the 1200i is labeled, okay, on the bag, AX1200i, whereas the 860i that I opened just to make sure that all the cables are there, and everything else, they don't have this thing, okay. So after doing a little bit of research, not digging too deep, that it's recommended to have these, to use the cables that come with the 1200i because of the amperage and so on and whatever, because it is a high wattage power supply, unlike any other unit. Okay. What else? Let me just string this up. Okay, so I mean, you have all these cables braided and everything else. It's not single braided, and I do have to mention while we're talking about cables is that the old AX Gold series, where you can get individually braided cables for one of your kidneys. You can't use it on the AX or the AXI series because they just don't fit. Okay, so I mean, there are a lot of, I mean, the cables are individually labeled if you don't already know it, if you don't already know or can't tell the difference between the cables. So they're very handy. I mean, Corsair has done a very good job again with the cables. So I'm not going to spend too many cables and then going through every single cable there is, because cables are cables at the end of the day, as long as they're good. But I do have to mention that this cable here, let me open it. Nope. This is something different on the I series as opposed to the older analog series. Okay, so this is the this is basically the Corsair Link Digital, okay, that goes into the power supply, but you do have to purchase additional cables to make this work. The best thing about it is, like, you can't link to like all your devices, peripherals on your devices, like such as fans and whatever on your computer, and so you can control it digitally from the Corsair software. But you have cables everywhere, and but anyway, look, I just want to show you this, and this is something different again. Also, I mean, I may not have mentioned this before, but the reason that I went to the 860i, the 1200i, especially the I series, okay, is because it's for the future. It's pretty much bulletproof. Okay, like Intel has practically announced to the market, like you know, after the launch, that using this power series will be 100% compatible to the Haswell. Okay, that's not to say that the older power supply unit is not compatible. That you still can use it, but it's not going to be as efficient as using these digital power supply units. Okay, so I'll put this away. Now the Corsair power supply. What I will do also is I mean, I know the standard measurements of the ATX power supplies. What I'll do is I'll open this up and take the quick measurements, just to see how much bigger or how much longer the AX1200i as opposed to the 860i or the standard size ATX. Okay, so the 860i, the length is 160 millimeters. Okay, so I've got a small ruler here. No, again, no dirty jokes, but so 1500. So it's basically around just shy of 200 millimeters in length. Okay, so that's a good that's close to 4 centimeters longer in length than the standard ATX. Sorry. Okay. Now, well, all right. So the fan is here. So I think they're using well, they're still using a 120 millimeters fan, which is the standard, I guess. So I thought I'll show you this. That's the back. Nice red writing. For those people that have red coloring scheme all through their system components, may want to purchase this, because again it has the red writing, and that's for some people it's worth the weight in gold. Okay, so that's the I guess the back, or the where the cables plug into. See, one thing that I don't really understand with full modular power supply is even the 24-pin ATX is modular. I mean, I understand the full reason of having a modular power supplies, but why do you need that as modular? Seriously. I mean, are you gonna use are you not gonna use this for your motherboard? I may not use this, I may not use all that. Therefore, having modular is a big advantage. But this, I mean, look, I don't know. Look, that's just my opinion. Okay. So, I mean, the red writing is pretty much, well, I guess you can either mount it this way or mount it that way. So, alright, so mount it that way. Okay, so at least whichever way you mount it, whether it's the conventional having the fan on the bottom, at least you're still gonna have the writing that you can read, or having the fan on the top for those people that don't want to suck up the dust, or don't have any space between the bottom of the case to the floor, where sometimes they put it on the carpet or so, and then they put the fan on the top. So what it means is it will suck air from the case into the power supply unit and then back to the exhaust. Okay, on the rear of the power supply. Now, Um, I'm not really a big expert on power supply. All I mean, my main requirements are basically, it has to be efficient. Okay, it has to at least uh, be able to have maybe, I don't know, 30 or 40% margin on the minimum power requirements of my system for future upgradability. And third, it has to be fully modular, which this is. Fourth, it has to be digital. Okay, just because of the pure fact that it is digital, not analog. Because I've always had analog power supplies, so I want something different. Um, Now, I've told you about the 92% efficiency, which is awesome. It this power supply is single rail by nature, okay, but with the Corsair software, you can make it as you can make it multi rail, and then you assign um, different sort of amps and all those stuff to the different connections. But like realistically, I don't think a lot of people will mess around with that kind of stuff. Single rail is better for overclocking anyway. Okay, so I mean, and then and now the fan on this on the new AX series. I think it has been the same with all of the AX series in the past, including the Gold series, that it is semi-passive. But what is interesting is with the new Red series, I should say, not just the Red series of the AX, is that it's now 30%. It can run 30% load without the fan turning on. So that means that, alright, we'll start with the 860. That means that the 860 can draw up to 258 watts of power without the fan turning on. Okay, so in maybe most systems, uh, most moderate, I don't know about high-end systems, that you can do most things in your systems that without the fan on the power supply even turning on. So that's again 258 watts for the 860. Okay, 30% 860 is 258. Now on the 1200, it's still 30%, but that figure jumps from 258 watts to 400 watts. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of an idea, most power supplies, on the off the shelf PCs are around the 400 watt units. So that figure it's just amazing. Okay, and that's another reason to buy Corsair and to trust Corsair, because at the end of the day they know what they're doing, and they're not going to risk not turning on a fan on such a very important component of the computer just because they can. Okay, it doesn't make sense for them to risk their brand, their reputation, and and everything else. Now, what what's so different about the Corsair, the Red series, is that they've I've read it in one of their articles, is that they've reduced the number of components inside. I don't know which components directly, but the reasoning behind it is, if you reduce the number of components, that it you will the chances of losing power, or in some other ways than directing power to other components in the systems is greatly reduced, so therefore increasing the efficiency. That makes sense. Anyway, did I tell you about the 7-year warranty? If I didn't, 7-year warranty, guys. 7 years. 7 years. Now, going back to the cables, I think I mentioned that the cables didn't. You can't really use the older braided cables, but I think you now can order the individually braided cables from Corsair. Okay, for one of your other kidneys that's still in your body. Now, I thought I would leave this to last. This 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 is amazing. Okay, I've never seen, except maybe a server, a UPS for a server, that a cable with such heavy gauge for a normal power supply. Okay, now I've compared the power cable from the 1200i to the 860i. This thing is definitely heavier. Okay, it's got heavy gauge. And maybe that's why they recommend using the 1200i cables with the 1200 power supply, which I will do. But I think I don't really have anything else to say regarding this component. I've said there is everything that I need to say. What else did I want to say? Yes, 7 years warranty again. Okay. Anyway, look, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.